All right, we got it. Cool, 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 cool. Did I mention cool? Hello, everybody. Maniac for Bricks. If you were here, what, Tuesday night? Tuesday night, yeah. I was working on several different Nerf projects in different ways. Unfortunately, hit a bunch of snags, and now I got the supplies to make that happen. All right, let's get right into it. I don't want to waste any more time. Let's figure this all out. So, I picked up some larger screwdrivers in various sizes. They should be the right kind to actually work through here. Oh, yeah, there's still a lot of residue from the last time we were in here. That I'm gonna have to clean out. I forgot to pick up a can of air spray. Luggage the Legend, welcome back to the stream. No Jeff, just Joe. There we go. Yep, that's clear. Just gotta crunch through it. Come on. So for those who weren't here last time, I have a couple different projects that are Halloween themed for Nerf blasters. This one I'm planning to upgrade the spring on it using that spring. This one already has a whole lot of work done to it, and I've still got a little bit more to add on for paints and for googly eyes, just to make it more fun. I did pick up a hot glue gun in order to do that. This one has been very troublesome because it had all the screws taken out except for 3 on the top. And I've been trying to do that over the past live stream and did not actually get anywhere with it, unfortunately, because it just kind of hit, got stuck in place. I'm doing all right. I'm a little hungry right now, to be honest. Didn't have any dinner yet, but I'll work with it. Make do with it. Gotta get all my safety gear ready because I gotta do a little bit more just cleaning it out before I can get the screwdriver in there. Some of the residue kind of built up, so I'm like, I gotta clean it up a little bit. All right, there's the button. Oh, it would actually help if I turn the thing on. There we go. All right, let's get going. See, for right now, I'm gonna clean out a little bit more. Maybe I need to let's try a Phillips. See if that can help. Just dish out what's left in there, because it's like, as I tried to cave these open a little bit more to get the screwdrivers in, that was the original idea. It also left a little bit behind, which I have to now peel out. More complicated than it ought to be, truly, because hey, we're talking about me here. So I don't know all the ins and outs. For just Android or something like that. I think I've had that before with an iPhone. Let's see. I have to cut the whole thing around. Just forget it. Turn it by that point, but it's the right size screw. It should be okay either way. All right, there we go. We get that in there. Yeah, that's cleared up. And turn. Come on. Turn. Turn. How about the flathead? You. It does want to. Yeah, all right. Perfect. I will clean this up later, but I'm glad that it's working. Yeah. All right. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah. Yep. It's got a little bit on it still, but it did the job. Got what I was looking for. All right. Hold on. Yeah, surprise, surprise. The flathead worked better than the Phillips head, even though it's a Phillips screw in there. This one better. That felt just right. That worked so well. I don't know if I mentioned it yesterday or any day before that. I am trying to rebuild the hidden side sets. Yeah, thank you very much. Trying to rebuild some of the hidden side sets. I mean, I've had, all the ones up to this recent wave. Problem was, many of them were when they moved with me, they fell apart a bit. Actually, they've moved several times for different occasions and displays, and they've fallen apart because of that. So I've had to rebuild them for a while. Two past wave, the only two from the recent wave that I have are the prison and the submarine. I know this month is double VIP points. I may look into getting some of the other ones, or even the city diving stuff. I can add up the double VIP points much faster. But for now, I'm doing okay. Come on, break it up, so that I can make some comics out of them. I've wanted to do this for quite some time. I used to do this with Mars Mission back in the day when Mars Mission was released, actually, around that time. I made several, just taking photos, putting them into MS Paint, adding little captions here and there. I made a mock that actually was part of the sets, because I only had a couple of the sets at the time, but it still was cool. I still really liked it back then. And I was like, you know what? I might as well just have fun with it. And I want to do that with Hidden Side. I want to try to make my own stories out of it. I have a little comic series running for Instagram. So if you follow me over there at Maniac for Bricks Official, you can see more about that. Yeah, this thing's really stripped. I might actually, if the screws are any better in the other copy of the Firefly, I might replace them in here. That might be a better option, instead of putting the crummy ones back. Or just other screws from other blasters in general, if they're the right length. Shouldn't be too bad. I just got one left. One guy left. Come on. Pull through for me. Work with me. Work with me. And that's not even the... no, I don't work at a Lego store. I used to, back in 2018. I haven't done any kind of video to explain about that. I haven't even done a video about the mock of the store that I worked at, although it would be great to share that at some point. I had to go back and rebuild that because it fell apart, unfortunately. But that is something I'd like to share at some point. I might actually extend that for, like, if I get enough support through Patreon, I might make that into either a Q&A or a series of videos, different, aspects of when I worked there, whatever the case might be. I'm still working out the details, but it's something I've kept in mind for a little while. Something that might be fun to do. To finally cover about it. I've waited a while for it just to be safe, but it is something that I think will be fun to share. I've only kind of had that experience exclusively sharing with other people, especially those who have been in that position. My hand is, oh my gosh, it's really cramping up here. Maybe if I pull the thing apart. There we go. It's still good. Where did this, okay, the screw's still in there. Oh man. That inside does not look pretty. Oh boy. There's a whole lot of, I don't even know how this thing got so dirty. Maybe it's been opened before. I don't know. Looks so weird. There's a lot of dirt and a lot of things to clean up in here. Unfortunately, I don't have the right things for it. I was not expecting that. It's a lot I wasn't expecting for the stream. Anywho, but yeah, that might come up sometime later. Might be a cool thing to do. Share some kind of experiences from that time. All right, pull it the other way. Come on. There we go. Now it fell out. So we're in, and it's filthy. I mean, the outside already was looking pretty gnarly, but now taking a look at the inside of this, it gets even worse. Because we got a lot of gunk right by the plunger tube, this barrel area. I don't even know what this history was, but that's how I know for sure this wasn't mine growing up. because I wouldn't have opened it and had this kind of filth. Put the glasses back on. Maybe put some gloves on at this point, honestly. What we want to do right now, I'm going to move this to the side. Maybe do a little bit of wipes here and there. Little cleanups. Maybe just twist that around. Might make it a little bit smoother. I do want to open this up a bit further, but I also need to grab another component from the Retaliator. I need to grab the spring in there to make that happen. Let's see, can I clean this up? Just by wiping down. Oh, dart holder. Text message. So, I'm still waiting on the costume in the mail. If all works out, should arrive, I want to say, this weekend, which is fine. I don't need it this weekend. I need it next weekend. But at least it'll give me enough time that I can try it out and see how it works, you know, so I can get it ready for that event. I will have a game this weekend, though. I have cleared myself of work for that, which I'm looking forward to. That's going to be with this boy right here. And things like the Nexus Pro, Aeon Pro, you know. The big bad boys that I basically have to do no work to, and still make them good. To make it fun to use them. Then it just comes a matter of skill, which is something that I can't modify with the certain tools. Like, no, I just need to practice with them. I also want to be sure I get this going. Should get a GoPro and film it. I'd love to. So the closest thing I have right now, I've never really owned a GoPro, and I don't have it in the budget to get a GoPro, but I did find this for about 40 bucks, which I want to try out. It's not exactly a GoPro. It's probably not even near the same quality of it. It's the Advantix HD action camera with Wi-Fi connectability. It does take micro SD cards. There are a couple components in here for like mounting it. Let's see. Waterproof case, tripod, pole mount, long thumb screw and quick release buckle. So I'll have to still open that up. I got it the other day. I'll have to play around with, you know, do I put it on my person? Do I put it on the blaster itself? I do have ones from Nerf, or at least licensed by Nerf, like the brand name is on there, that are able to attach to blasters. I don't know if they're exactly good. I still have to actually go through the foot. I recorded footage like early this year, almost last year actually, and still have to figure out if it's worth it. There's a piece of metal in here. Wow. Oh, this is like the flash component. Right up here. Okay. All right. This is new to me. Taking a look at this blaster inside firsthand. I've seen a few videos about it, but I have not done all the work on it right here and now. Oh my god, that is really gunky in there. Putting the glasses back on. What happened in here? I really gotta. Actually, I might have to unscrew a bunch of this stuff anyways, just to get to that. Let's see what we have to do here. So let's get this out of the way for the handle. It's basically working like a one layer at a time. So that way you can figure out where everything's supposed to go. You know, it's all holding itself together. So it's like, okay, well, I gotta move this thing out of the way to get to this thing. I'm gonna take one hand off, or one glove off, I should say. Get better torque. Get a better grip. Is this thing solder welded? It's cheeky people. I don't know. Oh, well, yeah, there's another screw on this side. That helps. Yep, missed that. Whoopsies. I don't know what it is with my hand right now. I mean, have you ever like twisted something, you know, whether or not for hardware, and you get like that whole layer that's right next to your thumb start to cramp? I have no idea. No idea why that is. It's got a pin in there. You know, I'm just gonna leave that alone. Just hold that to the side. That will be okay. There is a spring here. Just gotta be wary about that. Ejecting. Let's see. Plunger tube is right there. I'll unscrew that carefully. And oh, there's another one up here. Yeah, that's important. I don't know, maybe somebody's gone through this thing before or repaired it or something. There we go. That's what I want. I'll put that over here. Yeah, I should have picked up a can of air. Just spray this down and make it a little bit cleaner. Like I said, I don't have a professional workshop. I'm not going to have every tool known to man. But as long as I get the job done, even if it looks a little crummy on the inside, if it still works, that's what's important. All right, let's get the gloves back. Obviously, we'll wash my hands when I'm done with this anyways, just in case. All right, can we get to the drum? Okay, well, we can work around the drum a little easier, but I will still have to take this whole thing out, so. How about, let's see, this thing lines up with that. So I'll have to move this. All right, Sega, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. The eyes have it. The eyeballs have it. Well, I'll be getting the googly eyes in just a bit. Honestly, I probably could have done that part first with the painting and gluing, because then I could just have that waiting while I'm actually working on something else, but we didn't. It's fine. Okay then, there we go. Carefully, I'll drift this one out. Actually, this one's magnetic. That should make it a lot easier. Bink. There we go. Perfect. All right. This ain't your Lego project. Move that out over here. So we got a catch spring. I think it's a catch spring. It's like one. Just gotta gingerly move that out of the way to get to the rest of this, because what we want to do with the drum, other than just adding a spring in here, we also want to take out an air, what is called the air restrictors. That's the thing that basically allows darts to sit inside of there, and only darts to sit in there. That way nothing else of a larger thing. Message retracted. Okay. What's your least favorite Lego theme? Sorry, I didn't see that question beforehand. Least favorite. Huh. I'm not sure, honestly. I mean, I do like Friends. I just don't buy it that often. There's a lot of things in Friends that just aren't appealing to me, and there's a lot of other stuff out there already. Nexo Knights, I tried to get into, didn't quite work out. Only got a handful small sets, polybags, and I'm sure that it got better after that. Chima, pretty much the same way. Trying to think what else. Wait, is there something else? Oh, this is, yeah, that's important. This is holding it in place too. On this side. Trying to think. Superheroes, I kind of lean a little bit out of it over time. Star Wars, also leaning out of it over time. Not just because of any, any fandom or, you know, how many 501st sets do I own or whatever. I don't own any, first of all. Although I did see, I think my local Lego store does have them back in stock. But I'm okay with that, and I don't need it personally. Anywho's, yeah, there's a couple of them that I'm just like, just not my thing. Or, you know, I was into it one time, but I don't need to go after every single thing in it nowadays. Like Star Wars, it's like I already have the characters essentially, and most of the vehicles or settings or whatever in some form. Doesn't matter to me that it looks dated for the most part. Did you see the GWP, the Charles Dickens? Yeah, because you told me about it several times. I saw somebody else chatting here. I didn't miss that. It just faded away. 1 second. What is that? An Aussie? I'm sorry if I mispronounce it, but welcome to the stream. How are we doing tonight? Yeah, this thing's really locked in place. Oh, I figured it out. Hold on. I don't want to lose this piece. Can I get this part? No other screws holding this part down. There's got to be something in here. Put the goggles back on just in case so I don't jab myself with plastic. It's just a metal bar in here. It's so weird. If I can pull this back, maybe? Oh, what did I just say about losing a piece? I don't want to. Right. Are you kidding me? Thing just doesn't want to let go. It's right there. You have an opening for it. They really jammed this sucker in, didn't they? How did they do this? In fact, I'm kind of wondering from this angle, how am I supposed to get further into this thing? I guess it has to be from when I get the rest of it pulled out, but I can't pull the thing out. I'll clean up the tube at least. Meanwhile, message I retracted, said it was doing homework while listening to you talk about Nerf. Okay, no problem. No problemo. Maybe I should take out one of these posts down here, because it's like really rigorously like holding the thing in place. I don't know. But there has to be a way to open this up. I don't have my laptop with me, otherwise I'd have that open and, you know, figuring that out from a video. Does this thing pop out? Click it the right way? I don't know. Did I click it the wrong way? I don't know. There's like no, yeah, it's like a solid cap. There has to be a way to clip that. Because there's, what it should be is that the back portion should be able to pop off, and then each of these pieces can be just loosened up and come right out. Problem is, I don't see that from here. Unless it's really tightly put in there. It's not like it's not like screwed in. You can just take the whole mechanism out. You can't make this easy, can you? Thought this would be an easy project. even for a novice. Is the thing attached all the way through? Did you see some kind of metal bar in there, but I don't know if it's going all the way through it? Oh, I'm dumb. There's a screw in the bottom of the thing, and I didn't take out the screw. Watch as the whole thing explodes now. I didn't even think to look in there until now. That's all I needed to do. Alright. I don't think anyone on the stream is going to blame me for that, because I don't think any of us expected that to happen. Come on. Which one is you? Which one is the right one? That looked like it was the right one, but it wasn't moving. Don't play. Quit playing games with my heart. Musical in here. Oh, you tear us apart. I'm playing games with my heart. I should have known. Come on, dude. Don't be like that, especially now. We've made so much more headway. I had to get the drill again. I might have to get the drill again. At least this time, it should be enough. It should be a short enough distance where that could work. But all these other tools are short enough, or even longer distance, and it's tightly screwed in there. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it was tightly screwed in there. Needed the right thing. Wish I knew how to. I gotta look at that again. Sorry, it faded away. Give me the beat, boys, and play my soul. I'm gonna get lost in rock and roll and drift away. Then it'll burn out, then it'll fade away. My, hey, hey. Who needs a radio? I got all the songs. I got all the tunes in my head. Well, maybe not all of them, but enough that I would listen to while working on something. Alright. There we go. I'm going to put that over here so I don't forget that. Take all these pieces out of the way. Out of the way there. Oh. Don't make it complicated trying to put this back together now. So there's a spring inside of here. That's interesting. Oh, don't tell me there's another screw. Yeah, there's a spring inside of here, but I don't know if that needs to be changed too. I think that should be fine. Why can't I get the rest of this thing out? You got clearing. You got a perfect clearing. And yet, you're still stuck in place. All I hear is just creaking plastic. Right before everything explodes and I just, walk out of here. Come on, man. Ugh. Oh, here we go. There we go. Okay, not quite the explosion I thought was gonna happen. That's all good for me. I did feel something hit my foot. But I can't see now what the, oh my gosh, that thing needs to be cleaned up. Or I feel like it would be better if it's cleaned up. Maybe that's why I got stuck in place. It's a tiny metal bar in the front. All right, let's try to check that chat again. I missed what it said. Obviously, yep, Deppy. Wish I knew how to mod Nerf guns. They look awesome once they're modded, definitely. I do have a question. Do you like longer barrels or short barrels? I think it depends on the blaster. Like, an average blaster, I would probably go with a short barrel, because there is a science to it where on real blasters, on real, firearm kind of stuff, barrel drag, it's a thing, but it's not as effective. It doesn't really change much. It's basically like the time from, or the distance between when your ammo is fired to when it actually leaves the blaster going free float in air, to actually hit your target. And then you have the barrel itself being this chamber in between, but still part of the blaster, where, you're not going to have a lot of airflow, but it could have a little bounce back and forth. It's more likely to happen on Nerf and foam blasters than a real one. So usually a lot of Nerfers will like having a short barrel for their blasters. I pretty much sit in that same camp. That being said, I do like ones that actually have a nice finish to it. That they actually look nice when they are at the end of the barrel, not just being too much of a straight cut. Oh, there are more screws in here. Yay. So I think it really depends on the blaster, what I would like, how I would like it to look, just to get that nice finish to it. There are some attachments that help with that without adding too much barrel drag. And there are some where the blaster inherently is already long. I actually have one on the other side of the table here, the Revoltinator. It's a motorized blaster, already has a long barrel built into it. So we kind of play with that a little bit back and forth. I have one sitting off to the side here, actually. It's more of a sniper rifle looking blaster from Fortnite that, again, inherently already has a long barrel to it. Boing! Everything explodes again. Put the glasses on just to be safe. Yeah, it's unscrewed. Can I just eject this? Do I have to eject the other side too? I wonder. I wonder. I hope not. Oh, that's weird. Looks like it's bent there. There's like these little metal pieces in between. I don't know if that's a crucial thing. I would think you'd only have to unscrew that one side, but I could be wrong. These do line up, so maybe it's both sides at the same time. Like I said, I haven't really looked up about this blaster itself before on the step-by-step process for modding it. Not every blaster has a mod guide, or at least not as easy to find one. This one's an older blaster. I would hope it has a mod guide, but sometimes, I've seen a few mod guides for blasters where they just do a time lapse skipping over a couple things, which kind of defeats the purpose of it being a guide. It's like, but what if that's the part I want to know? Step 1, prepare your table. And we're gonna go over to step 5 because everybody knows 2 to 4. It's like, no, I don't know it. I don't know. I'm just kind of playing things up for goofs. So that's unscrewed, and nothing is moving. Oh, good. Good gravy. The other 2 screws fell out of that side. And so did that one. When it doesn't work, if all else fails, bang it against the table. That's a good idea. That'll get the job done, of course. What if I use... No. I want... oh, there's already a Phillips head. Or flathead. Just to pry that open. Because I don't think there's anything else really holding this in place except for friction, right? It should be easier once I'm putting it back together because there's going to be less stuff in there. I would hope. Again, you're not looking at anybody who has a lot of experience in this. Should I have somebody with me working on this? Probably, but unfortunately don't have the time allowed for that. So I gotta do some of the work myself. Figure it out. There are people who learn it on their own. Self-taught for really any talent, not just for Nerf. So it's possible. All right, it's starting to peel this open. Man, I don't know what the thing is called, but I don't know if there's a name for it. Like when this part of your hand gets very sore. If it's just more than just a hand cramp. But like that specific area just keeps coming to me. There we go. Yes. Boom, bam, bizzity. And there go all the springs. All right. We'll figure that out in just a second. Come back here, you springs. There we go. So, I'm actually not sure if the springs are necessary. Well, they kind of are. Actually, well, I'm doing the math right. By math, I mean engineering, and by anything like that. That would just be for the air restrictor. So yeah, we'll try it without that. Shiny. Because this is a blaster that's made to fire things. Oh yeah, it was from that side. Okay, it wasn't necessary to take that out. Okay, cool. Because this is a blaster that's made so that it'll have a flash of light before it fires a dart with the glow-in-the-dark, stripping on it. So that way, it'll glow as you fire it. And it does work to some extent. It's kind of good for that. Now, the next question is, can I take out the dart posts? Nope, that's not going to work. If I can take out the dart post in here, then I could get a little bit more creative for what ammo I use. These seem like they're in place. I don't know how they're in place, but I keep pushing around them and they're not budging. Oh, I'm sitting on it. It's like, I need to get some darts. Where are the darts? They're standing on it. All right. So these do fit in here, be it a little tightly with the dart post. So maybe it would be better to remove them. The kind of darts that were made for this were a little different than today's darts. I don't want to use the entire barrel testing these out, just in case it doesn't work out. Oh, we can turn it. We got that going for us. Can I push and turn? Maybe from the other angle of this? Or I could just snip the whole thing. That's possible. Just completely wipe one out. So that way, dart fits in there. Although that might make it a little bit easier to fall out of there. That's the problem with it. Man, why don't I have another computer here? Actually try this out. All right. right, let's see how well I can do this. Hello, Shroom, welcome back. Shrew 26. Doc Simpson, what kind of modification? More powerful spring? So it is going to be a more powerful spring than what it first came with. It's coming from this blaster. And I don't know how much more powerful that's going to be until I actually test it. But I do have a second copy of this to test them side by side. But yeah, it'll be more powerful spring, but also what I'm trying to take out of the drum are the air restrictors so that the spring can deliver more of that. Because usually an air restrictor, the idea of it is that it's pressing against it, so like initially it will actually decrease the power because toy laws, kid stuff, obviously. Taking them out will make it a little bit more powerful. I know the answer, but for everyone else, what is your favorite Nerf gun of all time? So I mentioned before, my favorite is the Maverick. That's out of nostalgia more than anything. But the ones I would actually use during games, there's two kinds that recently released. This one very similar to the other one, the Aeon Pro, and the Nexus Pro is basically that, but as a pump action. Let's see. It's the kind, those are the kinds, the Aeon Pro and Nexus Pro are the kinds that you can buy from Walmart for no more, like that one I was just holding was $25. And you can run that in a game without doing any work to it, which is impressive. That's just the kind of, it's hobby grade as the term goes. The Nexus Pro, a little bit larger, but $50, still reasonable. A lot of modified blasters could run over hundreds of dollars. And something like this, I'm luckily not putting more expense into it other than the tools. So, and a little bit of the paint work, but parts wise, it's basically free. I got these a long time ago from different lots of blasters. The kinds that would be like, just like with Lego, you know, you buy a whole bunch from someone secondhand, and it basically, basically have a whole bunch of it for free because, well, you know it's a good value. It's like, oh, I got all this stuff, and I only have to pay a very small fee for it, a very small price for it. Sold. That kind of thing. Did I catch up here? What was the most expensive Nerf gun you bought? I've bought some. I don't know if I bought any at $100 exactly and from the store, but there is one sitting over in the corner I have that I paid $60 to $70 from the store. It's a Nerf rival blaster called the Hades. Pump action. It uses balls to fire instead of darts, and it's still pretty good out of the package. For a single blaster, I don't think I've paid any more than $70, and 70 is still at like the high end of it. And that's including anything in a lot. I mean, I've spent maybe $40 for a lot of blasters, which, maybe one or two of them in that lot would have paid for it. If I bought it from the store, it would be like $20, $30 each. And it's like, okay, sure. I don't remember. For every blaster, it's usually been $20 or more. Some even less than that. Even on their own, they're not that bad. I think this one usually I got like the whole assembly of it in a box on clearance at Walmart, thanks to Sega, for around 12, 13, not more than 15, I remember. Rival, so let me see if I can bring that over, actually. Got that sitting over on the side here. In box still. I mean, I've used it a few times, but it's just easier to transport. So Nerf has they have a kid grade series of blasters, mostly with darts. It says in the box 8 and up. And then you have the more teen to adult grade of blasters called Rival. and these use foam balls that actually fire a little bit better and are actually a little bit further. The springs in these initially are already pretty powerful, so not a lot of work needs to be done for them. Ooh, I remember another one in the same line, roughly around the same price, like $60 or something. I paid for a motorized version called the Percy's, and that one has a hopper on the top of it. This one, it just feeds through a couple of tubes, and pull this back, loads another one in, and then you fire. And it just feeds them along through that way, and you slide this part out in order to... Is it in here? I think I already said it's in here. Silly me, let's just do it. So yeah, there we have it. So yeah, this thing already has a whole bunch in there. This part slides open. There's a little hole in the front of it for each tube, and you just load them in. It'll, back its way up through there. Slide it open. This thing is already locked in place. They do have safeties on them for rival blasters, so that way you don't accidentally fire them. This one, and there we go. You can even hear it just from the sound of it and how it ricocheted off the garage door. It's a chunker. It's good. It's good to have some variety, and I can't say that the ammo is all the more accurate than darts. Like there are different types of darts, roughly the same size, but sometimes they're different shapes or different, size of foam that make one work better than the other. But there, I have that. Click, click, boom, exactly. Welcome, Stud Studios, in the stream. It's a cool one. I really do enjoy this one. The Percy's, I still have to really get through that one and just completely dump it. This one holds 60. The Percy's holds 50 initially, but I got a hopper extension for it, secondhand printed, or third party, whatever the word is, not made by Nerf, but compatible with Nerf, and pretty much puts it over 100, and it's motorized. So all you have to do is, every once in a while, as you're holding it, you might have to shake the blaster a little bit just to move the hopper back and forth to make sure everything feeds through. But you can just keep rapid firing with that. It's fun. It's definitely fun. I would love to share that and other things sometime later. But yeah, and that one, the Percy's, was originally $100 when it came out. But there were a couple of sales going on right around the holiday season last year that basically moved it down to $60. I was like, yeah, of course I'm picking that up. Worth it. But this one was the Hades. There's a smaller version of the Hades called the Artemis. Yeah, they have a lot of Greek or mythological naming to them. There's a smaller one called the Artemis. It holds 30. It's about half the price, and it still gets the job done. Still works about the same way. It's just if you didn't want that extension, like shoulder mounting it. If you wanted to hold it from the hip or so, it's good for that. But there are also ways to extend that if you wanted to. I love shooting my nephews with those. They punch me in the peanuts all the time, so I don't feel bad using the weapons against them. Well, yeah, Rival packs a punch out of the box. They do live up to the claims on the box of about 80 to 90 feet per second velocity. They're worth it. They're like for a teen to adult getting into it, because they usually range those like 14 and up. For a teen and adult getting into the Nerf hobby, I would recommend those. Anything Adventure Force, that's usually Adventure Force is like a Walmart brand of blasters from different companies that they all pitch in for selling it through there more exclusively. Yeah, I recommend that too. If you want to get into the dart aspect of it, really good for that. All right, so let's see here. I forgot to actually look up the reason why I got up in the first place, other than the chat. It's actually the weird case where the Nerf hobby, the Nerf brand, while it is the recognizable one, and just like with Lego, we'll call any building block Lego, or like the average person would. And the same thing would happen with like a foam dart blaster. Anybody will call it a Nerf blaster. It's actually a funny thing that this, as the top of the line brand, not always the best, not always out of the box better than the rest. For the cost, for the value, for the capacity, for the ammo that they give you, a lot of times Nerf blasters will only give you just enough darts to make it run. But there's no extras included, so if you lose those, you're going to have to buy an extra pack. Meanwhile, other companies actually work better on that. They already start at a lower price grade, which is good. They hit harder, faster. They often have extra darts added in. They already have more darts added to those blasters. I have one sitting over here that has 40 darts you can add into it. When Nerf does that, it's not really that often. I can't remember the last time that they did. Effectively, I should say. And also, those darts are cheaper, but better. It's actually a surprising thing, again, that that Adventure Force as a brand, people, and Dart Zone as a brand. Dart Zone, what is it? Primetime Toys makes Dart Zone blasters under the Adventure Force line. It's a little complicated, but I tried to explain it. Hasbro makes Nerf blasters for the Nerf line. There we go. That explains that. So it's actually surprising that the second-rate brand actually does better than the leading brand, especially from a hobby grade perspective. If you're going to get it for your kids, you're totally fine with getting a Nerf one. It's still going to be enough fun for them to play around in the yard. Anywhere that you can do it safely without destroying property or, anything like that. But I have heard of kids actually enjoying the off-brand stuff as well. So, yeah. Like, if they want to get a little bit more out of it, but can still be safe and, again, under toy-grade laws, it's possible. Oh, don't tell me that's a bug in there. Is there literally a bug inside of this blaster? Okay, it's not. But I have actually had that happen. I've actually been in the store. I've been in the Target where Nerf released a whole new line of blasters earlier this year. And in the package, I could see it from the package itself because they usually have it like a, one face open. In the package, in between pieces of plastic, layers of plastic, was a cockroach trapped in the blaster, sitting front and center on the shelf. It's disgusting. Luckily, it was the only copy like that, but still, yikes. How did nobody catch on that? Although everyone in the Nerf community, I had a lot of fun when I posted about that. And it actually did get mentioned in someone else's video of a review of another blaster, where it's like, wow, quality control is going down in Hasbro, isn't it? That kind of thing. I didn't get a shout out necessarily, but hey, I still knew it. Still knew what it was. Ooh. I can take that piece out. I didn't know that. So yeah, this is still a little bit of a new experience for me of working through this. I actually wonder. Oh, I see. So it gets a lot tighter towards the end of it. Not necessarily because of the dart post, although that does help it. But also because of the plastic itself. It might be a little hard to see from here, but there's like these ridges that kind of work around on the end of the barrel so that, like, looking forward from it, you can actually see a small ring around it that kind of just squeezes it in place. Otherwise, I have a little bit of leeway here and there, but I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be a big deal. Again, kind of wish I had my computer here. I have it sitting upstairs. in order to figure that out. Let's see now. Roach blasters were meant for the dollar store. Absolutely. I mean, they are. The other thing about that is that the fact that Hasbro made them cheap, they're not the kind where you can actually, use screws to open it. They are made so that it's either glued together or there are bits of plastic that snap in place. I snapped that a little bit too hard. But yeah, they made them so that they could remain shut. And really, it's not like kids are going into all of these, or any kind of safety issue there. It's not like they've been accused of anything other than the Super Soakers. Yeah, they had an issue with the Super Soakers over the summer where they used too much lead in their printing. So they had to do a product recall on that. I have some of those. I still have to file through the recall form. Hopefully get my money back. And luckily I haven't used them too much to be dangerous. I haven't used them with anybody else either. So they're not dangerous that way either. So yeah, it was interesting. Like, man, seemed like a good idea until you actually, called out for it. What is the best cookie? I honestly really like Subway cookies. Dead serious. I haven't had a Subway cookie in a long time, if ever. I don't remember what a Subway cookie tastes like. I like Tate's cookies. They're like a small green package you usually see in the grocery stores. Those, and just like 5 to 10 seconds in the microwave to soften them up a little bit. They taste so good. That said, I don't have any at home. I have Oreos. I don't have any other cookies right now. How's the modding going, Jeff? We're at least breaking into the blaster. We've got a lot more progress on that. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out if I need to take out more from inside of here. And I have to actually look it up. I'm going to research it. So I do apologize if I interrupt the stream to do that. I grew up on lead paint, no big deal. Yeah, at this point you're immune, right? Perfect. Yeah, definitely with the art. So give me a moment. Apologize if and we're back. So I looked up a mod guide. Luckily it broke it down pretty simply and with pictures. I really wish I saw that before starting this because that would have saved me a little bit of time. But I followed everything just as they laid it out, which was pretty good. It just took me a while to figure out, oh, this is there. So what I do have to do, I do need to take out these pieces in the middle of each barrel in the drum. I just need to find the right thing to do that. And from what I understand, it's okay if I snip them because I'm not going to need them. And the other springs and things that was okay to take out too. Ooh, I gotta get some pliers. I got pliers over here. I forgot about that. There they are. Beetle nose pliers. So that will help. If they open. I haven't opened them in a while. Well, actually, yeah, let's take that piece out again. Because we don't need that. What if I just... Nope. You're gonna be that way, huh? Imagine I need like another longer screwdriver to pull this thing apart. Like, I don't want to go back to Lowe's 3 times. I already went back once to pick up the other tools. It's like, no, right now, should be able to handle this. There we go, that's one. Just shimmy it a little bit. Almost there. Yeesh, that guy doesn't want to let go. There, we'll just snap it. Like I said, we don't need them. It'll be fine. Can I snap the other one from where it is? I think I actually do have to push them down because of that ridge that they're sitting in. Come on. Watch as the table splits in half. No! That's not what I wanted at all. Come on. You're almost out. So all of this I'm doing as a live stream because well, first of all, I don't have enough on my phone to record it. And second, I want to take the footage later and do a time lapse out of it for when the project is done to give a better feel of like what the whole process was like, and then get to see the finished product. So if you want to see that, that's over on the other channel. Maybe I have to bring more a little later this month to make it Halloweeny. It is for Halloween, after all. It is part of a Halloween costume project for next week, next Saturday. All right, 2 down. What, 6 to go? All right, have a good night, luggage. Sans, is this legal? Well, this is like 15 years old, and I am responsible for my actions, so yeah. Let's go with yeah. Nerf blasters typically say on there, do not modify, but I think that's more of a safety thing. That's more of a, just to be sure they're covering their butt. Like, oh, this thing hits harder. That must be because, let's see, do not anodinize or face. Use only darts designed for this product. Do not modify darts or dart blaster to avoid injury. Yeah, there you go. That's a liability. It's like, hey, we didn't manufacture it this way. Yeesh, that does not want to move. It's just the ring, too. Not to be confused with the... I don't know. I was going to make a dumb joke there. I am still keeping safe. I am still wearing glasses after all. So... I may be an idiot, but I'm an idiot who is going to keep himself safe and walk out with all his limbs if anything goes wrong. Sounds like a quote. Sounds like a quote after some accident with me. It's like, well, he said he was an idiot. At least he was trying to be safe. Oh, almost got it. Yeah. Perfect. All right, 5 left. Well, I don't know about that one with the ring stuck in it. Yeah, that's not moving anywhere, is it? Huh. Okay. Let's just go from there. Let's just say there's 4 left. I don't think that one's going to be affecting it too much, and if it does, I'll just pry it open again and figure out what to do about that. It's just kind of stuck inside of the drum. Like the other piece already popped out. The other piece popping out is probably more important. Well, it's kind of like in the same vein of if you buy a Merriam-Webster dictionary and you cross out words or write new definitions in there, is that legal? Because, Merriam-Webster didn't make the dictionary like that. And having one particular copy of the product, changed isn't going to deface their business. Right? Although I could probably see this going another way. I'm not sure. I don't want to play the everybody's doing it card. Everybody has been doing it, honestly, for years and years. There we go. Now we're moving. All right, 3 left. Make it easy. Yeah, all right. That was a lot of fun. In fact, I don't even know how much Nerf would be reliable for it, especially because it's a discontinued product. It's like, okay, we don't even manufacture that anymore. And again, according to our, design process, that's not how it was made in the first place. So if somebody got in trouble for that, they'd be safe, but it would be more on me. But even so, I'm not going to put this thing to the point where it's going to be lethal or even leave a mark. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Whoa, going off the table. That's what we're getting. I feel like I should have moved the camera a bit, put a different angle on it. So I just realized, looking back up, that I'm way off in the corner of what's actually happening on the table. Oh! It's just rolling away from me. All right, let's try that again. Nothing bad happened. I was just being clumsy. Unless that's a bad thing. I don't know. It's bad for my self-confidence, I'll tell you that. I'm actually curious about these. If they might be along the lines of like a Technic axle. It's got the same, plus to it. I don't know. Oh wait, I gotta put this on first. Was it that way or the other way? I think it was that way. I'm gonna look at the other copy here. Just to see if it's going the right way. This looks like it's facing out. So like that, right? Yeah, that's where everything's lining up. Okay, good. And then we'll fit this back into place. So now, when the darts fit in here, it'll get a lot more punch when they leave the barrel. Still might be a tight fit. I don't know. We'll see how that turns out. Wait. Come on. Move into place. Yeah, I'm trying not to let myself on fire again. What's this again? It wasn't the same after the incident. So you really don't want to spook people. It's like, what happened? call whatever it was the insect. All right. One down, 5 to go. There's 3 on each side. Got that. Did I already tell him my costume was? I don't remember if I did. Like the reason why I'm even making a custom blaster for next week while wearing a Halloween costume. If I didn't say it before, I'll say it now. I am going. What the what? Okay. I'm going as Shazam. Ooh. I just realized I have to move this a little bit. Like, why isn't the screw going in the right way? Oh, now I know. But yeah, I'm going as Shazam as part of a Justice League group costume. And while I don't do group costumes that much for Halloween, it is fun. At least if I know the group well enough, work it out. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And basically, I'm trying to make this blaster, which initially can have a small flash of light before firing for the glow-in-the-dark effect. I want to make it in red, white, and gold, much like the Shazam color scheme. And to hit harder, or faster, I should say, than average, because normally it's really not that impressive. Not the kind that would be useful for a game. But at least work up just enough with the right spring, you know, and the air restrictors and things taken out, so that it can be playable. Yep. Yeah, that was definitely put in the wrong way. Or the wrong, yes, screw this. Let's try that again. I'm going to try it from that side, actually. Make it a lot better. It's like just a little bit off. Why is that? This would be really specific, I guess. Nope, it's off there too. It's crazy. Ah, there we go. Okay, now we got it. I'm going to try that side first, actually, now that I realize we got the right one. So yeah, it's not exactly whatever it is, 60 degrees off or whatever. Not in a perfect triangle all the way around. But yeah, the idea that this blaster has a little flash with it, you know, kind of emulating the Shazam. And then still being able to run it, be able to play with it in a game. So it's not like I have definitely had blasters when I started playing different Nerf games about a little over a year ago. I had stuff that was from the stores, and all the darts fell short from where everybody else was. We had a larger field that we would play in often, and my darts never reached where they needed to. Even if I was aiming correctly, even if the darts were flying faster, they were not getting the distance. So that's where modding comes in order to up the distance of the darts, and subsequently the speed in which they're going out of the barrel. It's all physics, because potential energy, kinetic energy, all that stuff. That's what it basically is. I think there's a cool video about it. It's like a CG animation or something, where somebody breaks down like a very basic Nerf blaster with that, with those components in mind. But that's essentially what a lot of blasters do. When you get to something like a flywheel or motorized blaster, that's because there is a piece of ammo being pushed into a set of wheels. Think of it like Hot Wheels. You have like the really cool boosters that you can add onto the track, so that as you just guide the car into it, there are motorized wheels that are spinning and then just kind of move the thing through there to go faster. That's basically what a motorized Nerf blaster does, a flywheel, getting that down. Oh boy, now we got the fun part. Trying to put all of these other parts back into here. Let's see. I know this is around it. Well, this goes on this side. I know that much. This goes on this side. I know that. This goes over here. Trying to see I got the right way. Yep. Okay. Cool. Almost cool. Oh, there we go. Got it. I can do this in reverse. And then we got to add this screw into here. Okay, there we go. Now it's in place. My hand is cramping up like crazy. Jeez Louise tonight. Okay, sweet. Now we got that taken care of. There are still a couple other things in here for me to get to. What I'm going to try right now, before I put those back together, I'm going to put all this to the side, and I'm going to take care of the plunger tube. So this is, the main part that would have, the big spring that actually launches the dart, as well as a little bit of rubber inside of here, so that way, again, a lot of things used for kind of wearing down the power of a dart initially firing. That Nerf often puts in, that Hasbro often puts into the blasters. It's like, technically it would fire better, but we're gonna reduce that. That's kind of what the term Nerf is meant to do, is meant to mean, is that you're turning something down a grade. If you nerf something, it's less than its intended power. This is really... What is wrong? My hand doesn't cramp up this much. I hate to keep harping on that, but it's literally every movement. Is it how I'm sitting? And should I be standing over it? I don't know. Wasn't doing a lot of heavy lifting today. It was, yeah, pretty okay day at work. As far as that goes. Now, I'm not worried about taking the spring out of this blaster. As I mentioned in the previous live stream, I already have several copies of this blaster. So taking it out of here is just, you know, using extra parts. And sometimes that's what people do in the Nerf hobby. They will buy up blasters just to take parts out of them because the parts can be useful elsewhere. And that could also go into the basically Frankensteining method of integrating, where you literally cut up parts of the plastic surrounding it to make a different shape. And then, you know, using the epoxy or whatever adhesives and other materials to put that all together. Make it, you know, sustainable. One there, one down here. This one shouldn't be too hard. It worked out pretty well with all the screws to open this thing up. Oh, wait. I totally forgot. I can just take it right out the back of it. Oh my gosh, it's so easy. Oh, wow. So, yeah, sometimes they have this little area on the back of it. That's where the screw, or that's where the spring is. Ta-da! Perfect. I still had to unscrew a bunch of this just to loosen that up, but I thought I had to actually open the thing and do something inside still. I was like, no, here you go. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Pretty sure that's it. I'm going to take a look just to be sure. Just to be sure. Is there one in the top? Or is it glued? Oh, wait. No, I think it's just glued in place. So let me just take a peek in here. Oh, yeah. That's amazing. It just fell right out of that spot. I love the Retaliator. Oh, my gosh. This makes it so much better. So much easier. If you didn't grow up with the Retaliator, you might have grown up with the Recon or the Recon Mark II, which are essentially the same thing as the Retaliator. Recon came out first, then the Retaliator, then they made the Recon Mark II, and then they made, actually recently they did another re-release of it called the Recon CQ-12. They're all the same. They're all the same components on the inside of it, and all the same mechanism. Same, you know, top priming, you know, clip-fed type of blaster. Just a little bit of changes on cosmetics. Nerf has done that several times. Hasbro has done that several times where they will re-release a blaster just with a different coat of paint and they'll call it a different thing. Or they might change a little bit of the plastic shell around it and call it a different thing. There's actually some blasters, like one good example is recently, I want to say about a year or two ago, they had one called the Stratohawk that came out. It functions basically the same as an older blaster called the Rapid Strike. But the fun thing about it is on the blaster itself, it still says Rapid Strike. Or if it wasn't that one, it was definitely another one like that. Or maybe it was the AccuTrooper. I've looked into this, but I don't remember exactly which one was which. But I do remember that there were still like reshells and things like that. The AccuTrooper might have been the one I'm thinking of, and it was reshelled or it was a recolored version of the Elite Alpha Trooper, and it still said Elite Alpha Trooper on the side of it. Like literally, the plastic, lettering was still on there, and they just didn't paint it. They just painted it over, and actually changed anything inside of it. So now this, yep. Yep, that's all good. All right, so I'm gonna take this whole part out. I'm gonna move the Retaliator out of the way because we're done using that for now, and I'll add that piece back in later. Take this whole part out. Got rubberized plunger on the end of it, so that way, even if you don't have something in there, if you don't have a dart in there and you're just not sure about it, then it won't break through. I'll just keep that on there for now. This should slide in gently. Does that have to? Yeah, really, yeah. It's looking a little grimy. Probably should have kept the glove on, honestly. But like I said, I will clean up later. Yeah, for some reason, this thing is really dirty, even though I have no idea. I have no idea if anybody's opened this particular blaster up before I got it. If they have, that kind of makes more sense. If they haven't, I don't know where that dirt comes from. Got that. Add this back in place. Screw that back on top. Oh wait, other side. There we go. Yep, that's definitely a more powerful spring than what we had initially. Even if I put them side by side, pressing between them, this is the one from the Retaliator, this is the one from the Firefly that originally came with it. Pressing between these, yeah, this one's definitely got a lot more compression to it. I'm learning mechanics through Nerf, just like I learned engineering through Lego. Oh, parts of it. Can't say it entirely learned it, but get the right idea across. All right then. We'll move that to the side now. Now we got to put all this stuff back together. Oh, there you are. Okay. Yep. And I have already checked. With post before this. This is a good spring to use. It can work with it. I just had to do the actual work myself to put it together. But it's already been a proven thing. So that way I'm not breaking anything or need to open it back up again to take care of that. So give me a moment. I'm going to have to pause this, quote unquote pause this, so that I can look up how exactly some of these pieces went together, because it's a little confusing right there, but it shouldn't be too hard. I know this goes back in place on there. That piece won't forgive me. I'm trying to do so. I'll take it out beforehand. There we go. Yeah, that sits in. I just gotta check if anything goes underneath, around it, whatever. And we'll get back to that. Actually, I'm gonna have to wrap up the stream anyways. But for now, this is getting better than I thought it would. I didn't actually do anything with this yet, but that's easy. I should be able to record that on my own and take care of that. But basically, these are not adhesive, so I had to get a hot glue gun in order to put these on. I'm basically going to put them in pairs, have googly eyes all throughout the blaster to make it look funny and spooky. Might add a little bit more paint onto it. I did mention that before. Maybe like another little bit of blue here and there in between things, but it'll be okay for now. And this one already has an upgraded spring in it too. Luckily, this one's really easy because that's the whole mechanism. And just a little bit of trigger underneath here and a little bit towards the front, I believe. That makes it fire. So this one already has a new spring in it. Oh, hold on. This one already has an upgraded spring in it. If I put a dart in there. Actually, let's try it next to the original. You can see on camera what kind of difference it has. So I can wrap this up with a little test. But I will have more video about this later. So we're going to start with the yellow one. It's the standard one. And then the black one. You can hear the difference between them. Like they were exactly the same distance from the wall, and you can tell the difference between them on how fast and hard they can fire. Just by upgrading the spring. No other internal work. Because not much else needs to be done inside of those, but that particular blaster. So yeah. There we have that for now. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. I will talk to you guys tomorrow, if everything goes well, with another video. Continuing along with Oddtober. So that we'll talk about Lego stuff, Halloween themed Lego stuff, or just, you know, things compatible with Lego. That might be fun. Spook things up. All right. I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.